Hello, let me welcome you to my studio. I'm Julie Torrens. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. So, what's on my desk? That's maybe what I'm going to title this video. This piece of paper, I'm not even positive, but I think it came from one of the paper pads that I got from the dollar store that says paint and marker, I think is the name of it. But this individual sheet of paper has been floating around my studio. It's been on the floor. It's been on my desk. It's been in the cupboard. And then I saw it in the cupboard and I was afraid it was going to get folded, creased. So it would end up back on and on and on. I'm going to use it today with you. There, I said it. We're going to do it. This is sprayed with Dilutions sprays. I can grab a bottle. This type of a product. Different colors, but this is like a watercolor in a spray with a lot of color. I don't know any way to get this much brilliant, beautiful color. And then I also used one of the sprays, same kind of a thing, but it has a shimmer in it. And I don't know if you can see the shimmer. I mounted this paper on a piece of cardboard that was the back of another paper pad, but it barely fits. And I didn't put it on here because I wanted to create a border. I put it on here because it's kind of wrinkly already, and that situation is going to get worse, not better, as I put more water on it. So I just wanted to tack it down so I'm not having it roll up on me. But as you can see it, maybe, I don't know if you can, but there is some shimmer on here. So I have not put clear gesso. I've put nothing on here. I just sprayed it. And what I do is I get my art journals and I just start making some backgrounds. And when I saw this random piece of paper laying around, I did the same. Okay, this is some paints that is from, it was like a collection that was called Paper Fashion. I do not think they make them anymore. But I believe the manufacturer is Prima Paints. I'm not positive, but I believe it is. And this was put out by American Crafts. So here's my little swatch sheet. But, you know, they're just fun. So I've got those out. And then I've got my Jane Davenports out. And these are brights. And since this is so bright, I wanted something bright. So I've got those. And I'm going to go ahead. This is just a hair product bottle that I finished up. So I repurposed it for a mister. And I'm just going to activate these paints while we're... Sorry for the arm while we're talking here. I've got my water. I've got my watercolor brushes. I've got a number 2 HB pencil. I've got my eraser. I've got my metal pencil sharpener. And I've got my Prismacolors. Now, I know this is going to lift and shift and move a little bit, but talk about curing. This has been at least 2 weeks that I've been chasing this piece of paper around my entire home, it feels like. So I'm going to work on top of it, but it's as cured and as set as it can be. So again, I just randomly sprayed and I decided to put the pink at the bottom and the blue at the top. I don't know why. Just did. It might look a little top heavy, but I don't care. So I'm going to push the shimmers up out of the way. I can put these here and hopefully you can see, and then we can get started. So I'm going to go ahead and work on a face because they're my favorite thing to do. And I just don't think that I want to do something like a mushroom or a kitty cat. I'm just in a face kind of mood. And I'm gonna give her a throat. And I'm not gonna put my guidelines in. I know it is, but you know, right down the middle and then right down the middle. And that's where I'm gonna lay her eyes. And her other eye with about an eye space in between. Now, in a video before this one, I showed you how you can take a picture and help with your face drawing, if that would be, helpful to you. It helps me. I mean, and it's just fun, and it's just another way to practice faces. And give her a mouth here. And like this, and she's got something to say. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to put in some irises. And I'm going to put in some eyebrows, just so I kind of know where they're going to be. And then I'm going to bring in these sides by her eyes, now that I've got her eyes laid in. And this is what kind of forms a more realistic shape of a head. I'm not going to use the end of my pencil. The white eraser is more gentle. It's more gentle to the paper, and it's more gentle to the inks below. And we can always adjust her a little bit if we want to. So now I'm going to start working on her face. So I've got my number 4 Simply Simmons. I've got water here. I've got a 2 bucket set. I'll show you this. It's 2 buckets. So one of them I use to rinse the worst off. And then this is to make sure it's really clean. So yes, I did buy that. But look, I even have this on my desk. And I have 2 of these if I want. So I like to have extra water handy. And if you do the double, you're not jumping up and changing your water so much, and you really do get your brush cleaner. It's noticeable. All right, so now, again, all of this is going to shift and lift and move, so who knows what we're going to get. But I'm just going to start out here with some pink. Put it in here. And it's not that I'm not willing to clean my palette. It's just that the paints underneath are fine. You can, reuse. So I don't want to waste the pigment. Yellow. A little more yellow. And then I'm going to knock back the orange by using the opposite on the color wheel, which is green. And that will give us more of a tan color, I guess. And I have no idea what color she's going to end up being because of the inks underneath. We're just going to have to see. But I'm adding just a little more pink. And let's see where we get with this. And I'm just going to lay some color in. I'm not doing anything more than just kind of defining her features. Like, her eyes and her lips and that kind of stuff. And just getting some color. And I'm trying to not scrub it a lot. And because that will just lift the colors underneath even more. This paper is quite absorbent. But I'm running out of color already. And the joy of that is you never get the same color twice. That's okay. That's okay. All right, back in the yellow. And let's get as much yellow as I can. And then into the pink. And then add a touch of that green. And then I'm going to go back into the pink. And we'll see what this is. Even close, we don't know. That's okay. I added a little more water. So, very cold today. It's nearing the end of April. And it's cold. Tax day came and went. So, if you're in the United States, I hope that you took care of that little detail of life. If you didn't, I hope you filed for an extension, something. Even our forsythias still haven't bloomed. And there's a saying, I don't exactly know how it goes, but it's something about that once the forsythia blooms, there's still like snow 4 times on the forsythia. Well, our forsythias haven't even bloomed yet. But we sure had some frost on the cars this morning. I heard the people scraping the ice off of their cars. Now, if I don't get the whole of her head in this color done, I'm not going to worry about it. Because again, I'm running out of paint. But that's not the deciding factor. Just because I still have to do her throat. But I don't mind, you know, kind of filling this in with hair. Just give it a little. And again, I'm trying not to scrub a whole lot because I don't want to necessarily lift all of this underneath. But if I do, it's fine. I mean, it's not something that I'm fretting about. And I'm not going to add that pink again as I go here under her throat, or under her chin on her throat. Just add this. And a little more here. Kind of the little structure of your throat. Collarbone-y kind of stuff. Okay. So I can see some harsh lines. So I'm just going to try to rub those out a bit. And the paper is lifting underneath. That's why I knew that would. And it's normal. It's not the quality of the paper. It's just, it's already been, like the sizing. If there was any sizing in it, that's probably more broken down because it was already absorbing and got wet before. So it's trying to get rid of any harsh, not what's underneath as much as my own painting, to not have too much harsh and like blossoms and blooms and all that kind of stuff. Okay, now I think I'm going to get her eyes just a little bit closer with this pigment that I've mixed up here. This one's pretty good. Yeah, that I'm not even going to touch that one, but this one had a lot of the background showing up. Okay, lip color. Well, her lips are already awfully pink, and so is her face. So I think I'm going to go in to this purple, and it is a purpley purple. And I'm going to dry my brush. I don't want it too watery, and I'm just going to lay in some lip color of purple. Now, sometimes purple reads more as a shadow. So we'll just have to see, because I want this to be a lip color, not necessarily a shadow. But we'll see. And I'm going to add a little pink to this and put a little bit more kind of color in here. And maybe a little more of a cheeky color over here. All right, going good. Now, obviously, her irises are going to, you know, I'm going to kind of leave them that blue color, but then there's the whites of her eyes. So what am I going to do about that? To tell you the truth, I'm just not sure. So I'm going to just leave it for right now. I'm going to get out these shimmery colors, and I'm going to go in now. I don't know if I can show you this very well, but these whites are not really white. So if when you tip it, this one is kind of a bluish color. This one's kind of a pink color. And this one is, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. Purpley, I guess. Then this one is a yellowy green. And then now this one is green. This one is yellow. So I'm just going to grab the one that seems a little bit pinkish, which was this one. And when you're using shimmers, you need a lot. Same with the metallics. You need a lot to show up at all. And I'm just going to give her a highlight. And it might be something that I only end up seeing and that you can't really see. But I'm just giving her like a cheekbone highlight. And I think I'm going right into the pigment. And I'm going to put some right over her lipstick. And just give that some more sparkle. Because if you can't see it, I understand. But there is sparkle all over this. I'm going to put some on her throat. Her neck. And we'll see where that takes us. Okay. I'm going to dry my brush as much as I can. And I've got that awfully wet here, so I'm just going to dry it up a little bit. Okay, well that looks fun. I'm not going to let these shimmers go too far away. I just kind of looking, I didn't know what to expect, so I don't know what to think now. I think what I'm going to do is see if I can kind of differentiate her face from the background just a little bit more. So I'm going to try to mix up that same kind of a skin color, but maybe not add quite as much pink because it's already awfully pink underneath. So I've got kind of an orange and I added the green. I'm going to add just a touch of this. It's kind of a red color. Okay. Let's see what this does, because I'm expecting it to kind of like read through. I'm not going to put it over her whole face, just some areas, especially like I did along this edge. Maybe a little under here and kind of show up a little bit of a chin. And now I'm going to just a little more water and soften up these edges a little bit. Maybe bring a little bit on each side of her nose. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to get started with her hair or if I'm just going to leave that. I don't want to just leave it. I'm going to be using colored pencils. I'm going to get a bigger brush. And this is a Princeton, and this is a round, and I'm looking for the number. I don't know. I don't see it. If I had to guess, I would say it's a 6. All right. So what I want to do is create a hair color, but I'm going to put pencil over the top. So I think what I'll use is a purple, that same purple that I made her lips. And let's give her maybe a middle part. And I just want to block in some color. This is not going to be all of her hair, but I just want to, I guess, get a little bit of a head start for the pencils. Maybe I'll sweep it this way. And then make it more big on this side, more big. English is my first language. And bring it around this way. Okay. And I'm okay that I've got, some of the background showing. I'm very okay with that. I'm going to take the same purple, not quite as much pigment, and I go under here, add a little bit of darkness. and a little more over here and add some more darkness. For her throat. I'm going to grab that same purple and I'm going to just, oh, that's a lot. Add some to these nostrils. On the side here. And a little bit, again, like shading here. And more shading around this eye. Little shading on this side, but more on this side. Okay, her chin seems, I don't know, a little bit big to me. So I'm gonna see if I can just bring this up a little. Okay, so I can always get the watercolors back. Grabbing the heat tool. This will just be a short time for me, for you, a longer time for me. Be right back. Okay, she's dry. And now I'm getting out the Prismacolors and see what we can do to create a face. So I'm going to lay some of these colors out so that I can see a little bit what spilling them, see what I have. And I know you can't see them all, but here we go. All right. Well, I'm going to start with her eyes. Now, what color do I want those irises? They're already kind of a green color. I think I'm going to go brown. And it'll probably be more like a hazel. This one's called terracotta. And I'm just putting in some color, but I'm not burnishing it in. I'm just adding some color. And maybe these will be kind of hazel. I'm going to grab a gray, and this color is called warm gray. And I'm going right over the brown and just bringing it in a little. Again, I'm going right over the brown and bringing it in a little. Okay. Now I'm going to add a dark green, because if they're going to be kind of hazily, then she's going to have some green going on. Just depending on the time of day and what she's wearing. And I'm going to go of the heavy now, right around the iris. Same with this eye, right around the iris. And then add this around. Okay. Now, I'm going to add with a corally color. This one is called Poppy Red. Okay, too dark. What's this one called? Yeah, magenta. That's even darker. Well, I've got this pink, but it might be too light. We just won't know. No, it's fine. Put it in the corner of her eye. And on the other corner, just a touch. And then right down on this waterline. And there. Okay. And now I'm going to take another brown. What is this? This is burnt ochre. I'm going to leave it out. And is this that terracotta? Terracotta? Yeah, I don't want that again. How about this? What is this? Tuscan red. Okay, so that's a real reddy brown. I don't want that one. Let's try this. And this one's called sienna brown. I'm going to go with that. Sienna brown. All right. And I'm just going to work it on her upper eyelid. And then I'm going to create a little more of an eyelid. Like that. Okay. Now I'm going to take the same brown and I'm going to see if I can kind of define her nose just a little bit more. I like the shading that we have, but I just want to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to add some shading in this eye. Just darken this up a little bit. Okay. All right. Okay, she's doing good. She's doing good. Her mouth, of course, is very light inside, and I'm just going to add a shadow color. And I am no good at drawing teeth, I can tell you that. So I'm just going to take a cotton bud and kind of blur that a little bit in her mouth. Okay. Now, what color is this? Dark umber. And I'm just going to go like a little bit, not a lip liner, but just a little under, like a shadow. And I'm going to add a little of that in here, like a chin. And I'm going to bring this right up, like this. Now this is darker. So I'm going to add some of this dark umber on this side and on this side. Okay, that looks pretty scratchy. So I'm going to blend it out with a cotton bud. A little under her chin here. Okay, I'm going to take the same cotton bud and rub this a little bit of the shading that I did around her nose. Okay. All right. That's good. Now, I think I'm going to start with some eyebrows. So what color? I didn't really decide on a color for her hair. I think I'm going to, on top of this purple, I'm going to give it some gray. And this one is called Cool Gray. I've got another gray, and this one's called Cool Gray also. This one's called 20%. This one's called 50%. And then this color is called Warm Gray 20%. So I've got these three gray colors. Let's see what that does. Now this is silver. Well, we've got all that going on. I'm going to drop these in here for right now. I can always pull them back out. And let's see what goes on with her hair. And I think I'm going to start with the silver at the very bottom. And let's see what we get. Hey, I'm not hating it. Just drawing in the direction I think her hair would be going, right over her face. Okay, now I'm going to go with what appears to me to be the next gray. This is almost gone, so I'm going to quickly give it a thing. And you know, why don't I do this ahead of time? Well, there's 72 colors. I don't know which color I'm always going to be using, but just so I can get some pigment to showing, I'm not going to make you wait until I completely figure it out. And I'm adding some of this gray. I'm not really going outside of what I already had kind of determined where her hair would go yet. I will, but I just kind of want to see where we get with this. All right, now going with the last gray, and this one is the cool gray 50%. And let's see where we get with this. So I hope to you that her hair isn't reading purple, although she'd fit right in with most of the people I see out and about, which is, I think it's great. Just in my day job, I can't go with hair like that yet, especially at my age. If I was just doing art, this gray hair of mine would be all kinds of colors. But right now, I need people to trust me. And I mean, we all say, oh, well, we're all, no. When it's life and death and your children, you want people that seem a bit conservative. All right, how about her lips? I am going to get that magenta. Now her lips got a little bit whitened out by the shimmer, which is fine. I like it, but it's not all going to show, but that's really okay with me. It's just that if there's, any little places that show through, they're going to have a little sparkle. And I'm not going to completely fill in her bottom lip, because your bottom lip is always lighter than your top lip. And I think I want to give her a little darker of I'm digging in my colors here. What's this? This is that dark purple. Just to give her a little bit darker of a lip line. And I do like this. Yep. I'm liking it. All right. I'm going to take this dark purple and just add a little in her eye. Now I'm going to I need one of those kind of tannish, brownish sort of colors. This one is called the burnt ochre. I'm going right over her eyeball to create the shadow that your eyelid always creates. Okay? Now, even though she has gray hair, she is still using something to make her eyebrows show. This one is called sepia. So I'm going to fill in, I'm not using black, but just a darker color for her eyebrows. And your eyebrows start at the corner of your eye and then come out this way. Okay. All right. I'm going to sharpen this. Sorry, but I'm going to just give it a little couple of twists here. There, that's good. Because I want to make a line here and give her some eyelashes. Because even though she's got grayish hair right now, she's using mascara. So we can see her eyelashes. And there. Okay. I'm going to give her a lighter color over her lid. And this is peach. And I'm just going to lighten this area a little bit. Going in between her eyelashes. Who does that? Me. And I'm going to brighten it up just a little bit, right smack dab in the corners. Good. I think I'm going to take the same color and just lighten these cheekbones up a little bit. I'm going right over that shimmer. As a matter of fact, I'm going all the way over the shimmer. There. It's still showing through, trust me. Grab a cotton bud. Blend that out a bit. All right. All right. Now I want to add something else to her hair. I think what I want, I have a color in here that's like an indigo. What's this? This is, oh, this is another gray, but it's really quite dark. Yeah, I'm over gray. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm digging through here. And I have a dark blue that's almost black. Here it is, blue indigo. And I'm gonna add some hair strands with this. And here's where I'm gonna give her some hair strands outside of the existing hair. There we go. I like this. I really do. All right. She's got all this pink down here. So I think I'm just going to grab, what is the name of this one? Magenta. Okay. I'm going to just indicate some shoulder and a collar and give her a little grounding so she's not so much of a floating head. But it's kind of a splattery paint underneath, so I'm not minding to have it looking a bit sketchy. Give her a little more of a defined collar here. You can't really see it there. Just like that. And there. Yeah, looks kind of sporty. Yeah, okay, that's good. All right, so now I want to do something. I'm going to take the same color and I'm just going to get her lips a little bit darker. Okay. Okay. Now what? Her eyes. I'm going to take, that's the indigo blue. Is this the black? Yeah, no, this is sepia. That's why I have to read them, because half the time I'm not sure what I'm doing. So I don't think I took black out. All right. See if I can find black. Yep. For her pupils. And that's going to give her some life. Hi. Thanks for joining me. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to give this a try. I've told you before, people use these white Prismacolor. These are the premiums, and they can fill over anything with a crisp white with this pencil. Let's see if I can do it. Well, hey, in this situation, it's working quite well. Well, write it on the calendar. It's a first for me. That helps, doesn't it? Sure does. makes her look a little more human. I'm going to stick just a little shine on the top of her nose, and a little one here, and a little one on her chin. Okay. Okay. I like that. I really do. I'm going to stick a little of this white right under her brow bone. Right there. Out here a little bit too. Yeah. Okay. I like that. I'm going to tip this up a bit because I'm getting a lot of shine. Okay. Okay. I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit. And I'm going to get the cotton bud and blend that out a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Good. I don't even remember what color I used. I think it was this sepia. She needs a little bit of eyelashes on the outside, and I'm going to add just a little bit more. I can ruin a picture so fast with eyelashes, but I just think she needs like a little more va-va-va-voom. All right, maybe here, maybe that. All right, I'll ruin it, so let's leave that alone. All right, now she's a little low in the whole scheme of things, and that's okay. But what I'm going to do with the colored pencil, and I'm just going to grab this, well, that's dark purple, that's fine, because this is kind of a pinky color. I'm just going to add a little of this around her head, just a little. And then I'm going to add some of this gray and do the same thing. And I'm just adding a little. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to blend this out a bit. Yeah. I'm just trying to bring a little bit of the pinky color to the top so it's not quite so harsh between the pink and the blue. And then I have no problem with just cutting the top off so that she's a more reasonable placement on the paper. That's fine. I can use that for something else. All right, now white gel pen. And I'm going to get it started here. I'm going to put a dot and a dot, and then cut this right across with a shine. Okay, I like that. I think I'm going to give her a little dot here. Okay, now I'm going to put just a little bit of dots right over her eyeliner, and a little bit in this corner, and a tiny bit on these lips. Yep. Just a little shine. I like that. And now I want to get yellow. This is lemon yellow. And I am just going to add here and there a little bit of color. And I'm going to even drag a little through her hair. Not a lot. This is one of those things that it's like, I can't figure out what she did, but I'm okay with it, you know, and it's adding these weird colors from time to time. All right, I'm going to grab another color kind of like that, something really bright. This is called apple green, and I'm just going to add some here, and maybe a little here. maybe a little in here. I'm going to take one of these grays and just fill this in right along, because you can just sort of looks like her hair ends right there, and it doesn't end, it sweeps behind her. So I'm just going to add a little darkness over here. There. This would also be darker. Okay. Well, I like her. I really, really do. I think I'm going to lift her again because, again, I'm getting so much shine. All right. Inside of her mouth, I am going to add, what color are you? Process red, whatever that means. Pinken this up a little bit. And now I'm going to add a little brown again. That's black. No. That's that purple. Maybe one of these grays. Can that get any flatter? Well, I'm not going to make you suffer through me sharpening. And yes, I am. I got to just sharpen this. Oh, wait. I found one. Here we go. Warm gray. There. Saved. Okay. I like that better. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to tear off the tape. What do you think? And this tape did not go down easy. And what I mean is the tape kept ripping on me. So, again, I'm not looking for this to have created a border. I just wanted this curling to calm down a bit. Okay, stick wherever you want. Let's just, tearing the paper a bit, that's okay. Talk about out of the frame, huh? Let's get rid of this. And take it off of here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put her on my trimmer. And I'm just going to make this a little bit shorter. And I'd rather leave it too long than too short, because I can always cut it again. But you can cut and cut and cut, and it's still too short. All right. And I'm going to save that. Go away, pens. There. I like her. I like this colorful girl. Let's grab a Sharpie. And let's put a signature. If you liked watching this process, please give me a thumbs up. If you like what I do, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to my channel and share it with your friends. I appreciate it so much. Look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Bye-bye.